Hello everyone, this is Tactical Lich here and welcome to another episode of How to Multiplayer. Now for some of you, you might have already seen this clip in the Beastman attack buff video, but this time I want to do a separate video to showcase a different issue. As you can see here, my opponent is rocking an aerial Goon Squad build. Feral Manticore, more Feral Manticore, and another Feral Manticore ridden by Crone Hellebrand. And also a Master on a Dark Pegasus as well as some Crows of Cain. So a full aerial Goon Squad build over here. But this is not the problem. Aerial Goon Squads are fine. They are part of the game and you should expect to see them from time to time. The issue is this thing. This ridiculous blob of elite infantry hiding inside the tree line. So what happens is my opponent probably decided to hide the infantry and just solely use this whole aerial Goon Squad to kite, swoop down, pick off isolated units of mine as I was trying to frantically search for the infantry blob of his, and maybe I'll isolate some units in the process of moving around, allowing them for easy pickings. Basically, this shows that my opponent has no intention to engage in glorious hand-to-hand combat. This might be a little bit intimidating for newer players as the monstrosities in the skies do have enough mass to push through and get to their assassination targets, kill them, and fly away. But if you know what you're doing, this is actually one of the easiest to beat in terms of cheese build. So what you want to do is to have your leadership standing nice and tight in formation with your whole army, keeping your formation nice and tight, everything supporting each other. Here you can see Besticle Herds positioning right next to the leadership, Ungor Raiders ready to fire anytime. And secondly, you want to have some cavalry. I don't care what cavalry it is, as long as they're cavalry, they're good enough. So if you are bringing Empire and did not bring Empire Knights, Pistoliers would do. For greenskins, you didn't bring Boar Boys, you just use some Goblin Wolf Rider Archers maybe. And basically position them at a very convenient spot to countercharge and support your whatever key targets that your opponent might snipe. And the next step is to wait for that inevitable dive down on your key targets, say the Beast Lord over here. And let's do a little bit of fast forwarding as we can see the whole aerial Goon Squad of the Dark Elves just dive straight in, beelining for the Beast Lord. And this is where the trap is sprung, with the Besticle Herd coming in for support, body blocking for the leadership, and also we have the Sons of Goros rushing in, pinning down the Feral Manticores in place. Now this is a very unfavorable situation for the Manticores as they're getting attacked from behind, being surrounded by hostile units, and more importantly, the Sons of Goros are actually pinning them down in place with superior mass. I'm not saying that they're heavier than the Manticores, but that these Sons of Goros, being a cavalry and having heavy mass, and standing on all fours, they are hard to push away and cannot be knocked over. So while Manticores can knock over infantry and basically walk over them, the Manticores cannot knock over Centaurs, and Centaurs will just stand stubbornly, maybe get pushed away a bit like over here. But in general, they cannot be knocked over as effectively as the infantry and basically block off the escape from these Manticores. Of course, you can still use charge animation to basically thin out the surround, also killing them off would help too. But over here, just like this one lone Sons of Goros, standing right in front of Crone Hellebrand, and she is having a bit of an issue pushing through the blob. Now she is now stuck on the ground as she doesn't have any space to take off. One of the biggest, most important conditions for taking off is separation of your flying unit from hostile units. So this one lone Son of Goros standing firm against Crone Hellebrand, yes, he's backing up, but he is still sticking to Crone Hellebrand, thus preventing her from flying out like the rest of the Manticores. And now Crone Hellebrand getting stuck on the ground is rather vulnerable to something, say, Gorbel furiously rushing in, going for a doom roll, charging at Crone Hellebron. Although it does push Crone Hellebron a bit and gave her that little push she needed to get rid of that one little Centaur. But of course, the Centaur, being a fast cavalry, just comes back right in, blocking her off from the front again. And now Gorbo did put another additional hit along with the help of the Brave Shaman. And now Crone Hellebron is fleeing. Now the second way from preventing them from taking off, other than blocking them from the front, is to keep shanking them from behind. So with these Sons of Goros chasing down, hot in pursuit against Crone Hellebron, they're constantly attacking her from the back, and being so close to her, she cannot get rid of them and she cannot take off from the ground. Especially with Sons of Goros being a faster cavalry than Crone Hellebron, with 95 speed over Crone's 85, they will keep her down on the ground until she dies, or they get body blocked and fended off by other support units from the Dark Elves. And of course, there are no Dark Elf support units here, as all the infantry are hidden over here, no Dark Riders for mobility support. And yeah, that's basically it for Crone Hellebron, as she got chased off, unable to be controlled by my opponent, and just dragged down by the faster and stronger cavalry. Of course, you don't necessarily have to use cavalry, you can also use Warhounds as well. Especially those with poison, slowing down your opponent, allowing your damage dealers to catch up. It's pretty useful after all. So to summarize how to deal with aerial Goon Squad is to make sure they are separated from any support, and make sure your army is tightly knitted. Just everything supporting each other, nothing separated, and become easy target for your opponent. And then you have your mobility ready, especially cavalry, to use the mass to pin in your opponent's monsters. And of course, allowing the damage dealers to catch up and actually hack down your opponent's monsters. And once they start fleeing, you'll need to send your mobility units after them to chase them down, keeping them stuck on the floor by either blocking them from the front or shanking them in the back. So that's basically it for today's video. I hope you find it useful, and if you do and you also enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, as I'll be regularly uploading content on tips and strategies for Total War Warhammer 2 online multiplayer, or just wild builds and general battle replays. If you have any battle replays that you're particularly proud of and want to showcase, please feel free to drop by on Discord or send me an email to show me the replay, and I'll be sure to check it out and see if I can make a video out of it. So that's basically it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Tactical Lich, signing out.